The most affluent of our society today, the one thing they have in common is their team of professionals communicate and collaborate on the client's behalf. And so having the financial person and the tax person talk together is really, really important.
Nick, where you're going to see something like this, I had a client recently, they came back from the CPA and they said, it doesn't make sense for you. Client was in the mid to late 80s, right? And I said, did you tell your CPA that your goal was to avoid probate and to have as much in the way of tax-free assets for your heirs as possible? They're like, no, I didn't. They went back to the CPA. They said, now the goal is the kids and the grandkids and being tax-free. They're like, oh, well, why didn't you say so? Here we go. So having that collaborative approach, everybody understanding the goals and the plan, it's so important.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point because just like when it comes to investing, somebody might be in their 80s and be very aggressively invested. People, oh, you shouldn't do that because you're, of your age, you won't recover. But what if the money isn't for them? What if they're not using any of the money? They don't need any of the money and they're planning on leaving it to the next generation. So that's what happens when you use these generic rules versus specific rules.